Hey, it's Steph. Thanks for watching today's video. I have a late update for Throwback 30. This is a project pan that Jessica Lee originally started with the Fantastic Ladies Facebook group. She wanted to work on all of the Fantastic Ladies projects, but of course we do not have the time or the amount of face or hair that it requires to work on so many items and so many projects. So every year the Fantastic Ladies vote on 30 projects that they want to see included in this project, and you choose a prompt for each project. So we update every month on the 28th. Like I said, I'm a little late. Hopefully this is going up on December 2nd. I'm filming it on December 2nd, so hopefully I can film it and get it up today. But I have quite a few rollouts, so I really wanted to do a late update, even though it is the next month. But I didn't want to wait like a whole another month to show these items because I haven't counted, but I'm gonna guess like 6 things rolling out. So let's just get into it. The first item was for 50 Shades of Green, and that was a green product. I rolled in a single eyeshadow from Cleona. It is the shade Gargoyle, and this is what it looks like. I'm not going to do like a before picture because it barely looks any different. My goal was 10 uses. Last update I had 8 uses, and I actually used it 4 additional times. So I've used it 12 times total. I honestly was not keeping track of I only have 2 more to go. I just kept using it because I really enjoy this. And I'm a little surprised how much I enjoyed this. Green eyeshadow scares me a little bit because I like to stick to like pinks and purples and occasionally like a teal color, but green is definitely not my go-to, but it was beautiful for fall looks. So I will of course have some looks on the screen. And yeah, that's rolling out. The next project was 50 Shades of Pink, and for that I rolled in a pink lipstick from Maybelline. This is the shade 222 Flush Punch. My goal is to finish this, and I use this a ton. I mainly use this as a cream blush, so I have used it 25 times since the last update, and that brings me to a total of 62 uses in this project. I will have line markings on the screen. I have not met my goal of finishing it quite yet, but I am so close. You can see where the plastic is. I will not be digging this product out, so hopefully I will meet the plastic by by December update, because my goal is to finish this before the year ends. But of course, if not, I will just keep it in the project until the July finale. I forgot to say that this project runs from July 28th of 2024 to July 28th of 2025. So there's still, 6 or 7 months left of this project. Next is 50 Shades of Purple, and I rolled in my Kaleidos Lunar Lavender eyeshadow palette. I wanted to use this for 3 looks, and I have since used it twice. So I've created 2 looks within this last month, including the look I have on today. I will put a picture on the screen of what shades I've used. And I also created this beautiful like purple frosty look with this palette. So I am loving using this. The brown mattes kind of throw me off a little bit, but I did use those in today's look and it turned out beautiful. So I only have 1 more look with this to meet my goal, and I'm pretty sure I can meet that by next update. The next project was 50 Shades of Yellow or Gold, and I rolled in my Milani Rose Blush Trio. I'm not going to hold it up to spoil it, but my goal is to finish this, and it already had pan when I rolled it in. I will show you what it looked like last update, and since that update I've used it 19 times for a total of 41 uses. I have not finished this, but I have repressed it. And I'll throw up a picture of where it was at before I repressed it and after I repressed it. I have used it a handful of times after I repressed it, and it's very, very crumbly. So I'm gonna try to be really careful. You can see there's a lot of loose powder in there, and that's because I dry press this, and I've never dry pressed an item before. I always just default to using, 70% alcohol. And I think I'm going to repress this again with alcohol because this is like so hard to use. I do have it on today, and I just barely tap into it, and then I like swirl my brush in this empty pan next to it, and yeah, I'm just so afraid of it just like getting everywhere because it's so crumbly. I did repress these two blushes in here with alcohol and it worked out just fine. So hopefully it'll work out just fine for that. But I'll have, I don't know, hopefully I'll have a pan by the next update. I'll hit pan again, but it's not going to be done by the next update. So that's fine. We still have like 6 more months left of this project. The next one was for Beauty A to Z. I chose the letter L, and for that I rolled in my L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. My goal is to finish this in this project. Since the last update, I have used it 18 times with a total of 47 uses. So I am getting very low on this product. Here it was last update, and between these two marks, this is 9 uses, and then between these two marks is the 18 uses, which makes sense to me. The product is lower than what is on the sides, but the dropper does not touch the product anymore, so I can't use the dropper. Today was the last day I could use the dropper. So I'm gonna have to like either depot this or just use a spatula every time I use it. I'm pretty sure I can get this done before the next update, which means I will have another foundation empty this year. I was not hopeful for this one because I do not use a full use. I have to mix stuff with it because it's so dark, but I could have another foundation empty, which is super exciting. Next project was Birthstone Beauty, and I chose February, which is the Birthstone Amethyst. For that, I rolled in this Pat McGrath Labs palette. This is the Bijou Brilliance eyeshadow palette in Lunar Nightshade. There is a shade in here called Pale Amethyst, and I wanted to use it 10 times. This doesn't really look that different either, but I have. Last update, I had 7 uses, and I did use it 3 more times. And this is what it's looking like. I'm pretty sure one of those 3 uses was using this as like this whole palette as a look. I'm pretty sure. It was either this update or last update that I did that, but I think it was this update. And then I know one time I used it like to top over a look like in the evening, so I might not have a picture of that, but it is rolling out. I love that shade, but I'm happy that it's out of this project. Next is Budget Beauty, and that is a budget or affordable product. I rolled in my e.l.f. Baked Highlight. I have this in Moonlit Pearls, and my goal is 30 uses. I had no uses on this before like the last update, so within this last month I've used it 17 times. This is my go-to highlight. I do have a couple other highlights in different projects, but this I have the biggest goal for, and it's just like my favorite, so it's really easy to use. I don't know if there'll be a difference in like the flattening of the dome. That is staying in, but I'm over halfway to my goal of 30 uses, so hopefully I'll have it rolled out next update. Next project was Disney Princess, and I picked Princess Tiana, which is a pale green or cream product. I rolled in my iUnique sunscreen, and I wanted to finish this, and I have used it 16 times. to finish it. I did cut this open. I don't cut open everything, and I don't take stoppers out of everything, but I feel like sunscreen, you know, it's just like a daily necessity, so I did end up cutting it open, and there was quite a few uses left in this after I opened it. So in this project, you know, I had already have like halfway done with this, but in this project I used it 48 times. This is so far my favorite sunscreen. I do have a backup of it, so I will open that soon. I have another sunscreen I'm working on too, but yeah, I really like this. It's super lightweight, sinks into the skin, looks great under makeup. I'm trying to put this thing back on, but I won't. Yeah, lovely. And you can get it on Amazon. It's pretty cheap. I think I only got it was like $7.99, I want to say. But that was quite a while ago, so I don't know what the current price is. Skipping down to happy hour, I chose the prompt Mai Tai because they're so delicious, and that is a beach or summer themed item. I rolled in my Milani bronzer. This is the Silky Matte Bronzing Powder, and I have the shade 02 Sun Kissed, so that's where the beach or summer theme comes in. I wanted to use this 30 times, and I had 26 uses last update, and so it was really easy for me to use this the additional 4 times to meet my 30 use goal. This is what it's looking like. You can barely tell that I've touched it. If you guys know me, I don't use a ton of bronzer, so I'm not really surprised that there's not a ton of use, but the pattern in the middle is wearing off, so I might have to focus on a bronzer next year because I have quite a few and there's barely any use on any of them. The next prompt was for Harry Potter, and I chose the prompt Hufflepuff, which is yellow and black. I think it was the last update that I replaced the item I had in for this prompt, and I replaced it with my ColourPop Mandalorian palette. Of course, it has yellow and black on the packaging, but it also has a yellow shade in here. My goal for this was to use it for 3 looks, and I did manage to do that this last month, so I will have the 3 looks on the screen. I did challenge myself and use the yellow for one of those looks. Yeah, I love this palette. I think it's beautiful, and I've been using this shade in my eyebrows. This is a beautiful brow shade. I don't have any pencils left in my collection, so this is what is in my brows today. I think it works really well, actually. And I'm going to see, since I don't have any eyebrow pencils, I'm going to see how I do next year with using eyeshadow in my brows. And yeah, it'll be kind of like a little experiment for me. Do I need a brow pencil? I've always loved micro brow pencils, you know, the super teeny tiny skinny ones. I just loved using those, but I don't mind eyeshadow in my brows. I still have quite a few brow gels, which I don't really gravitate towards, but I do need to focus on those next year as well. So I will be doing powder brows next year with some gel. So we'll see how that works out. But that palette is rolling out, which is super exciting. The next project is It's Panning Cats and Dogs. I chose the prompt from Pomeranian, who always seemed to be smiling, and that is for a lip product. I rolled in this lip liner from Temu. It doesn't have any like writing or shade names or anything on it, and my goal was to use this 30 times. Last update I had 16 uses, and I have since reached my goal. This is such an easy lip liner. Like, I could wear it under anything. It barely shows up on my lips. So, I mean, I might try to finish this next year because I feel like it will be pretty easy. But I have met my 30 use goal, and it is rolling out of this project. Quite a few rollouts this update. I'm going to skip down to That's Expensive, and of course that is an expensive product. I rolled in my Lancome Tinted Dole foundation. I wanted to finish, no, I actually changed my goal last update. I had reached my 30 use goal and I was only down to like this line here. So I was like, let's just change it to finish. We'll see how many more uses I can get out of this bottle. I only had to use it 10 more times, and it is going to be hard to see because there's product clinging to the sides, but hopefully you can, I don't know, it's empty. I cannot pump anything out of this, and I can't get the stopper out. I tried. I don't have time for that. So I'm so excited. Foundation empty. I used it 40 times in this project, and it is lovely. It is a great foundation, but it is very expensive, and so I do not see myself ever purchasing it again, but it is really pretty. Okay, editing Stephanie, coming at you because I forgot to talk about 2 products. I think I was just in a hurry because my battery was flashing at me. This is the same day I changed out of my hot sweater. But for That's So 2000s, I chose the prompt Frappuccino, which is something sweet. And I rolled in my Sydney Grace Cream Highlighter in the shade Sugar Cookie. Hopefully it's focusing. I wanted to use this 30 times, and I have used it 9 times since the last update. So this is what it's looking like. I do have this on today, but I have it under like powder products, so you're not going to really be able to see it. But it is a really beautiful like icy pink highlighter for this time of year. And then I wanted to swap out an item because I decluttered something in this project and I forgot to talk about it. Sorry if my hand's shaky. I'm literally like holding up the camera. But okay, for I Heart the 90s, I had chose the prompt Butterfly Clips, which is cute packaging. And originally I had rolled in my Revolution like butterfly eyeshadow palette. But if you follow the Impulsive Panner, my friend Jamie, she shared that I had decluttered a few things to her when we met in person, which I'm still like so happy that we were able to do that. But I no longer have that butterfly palette. So I wanted to roll in something else, obviously, and I think this has really cute packaging. It is my Catrice Friends Lift Each Other Up eyeshadow palette. Look at this. Eeyore and Piglet, so stinking cute. And like the inside is so cute too with like the honeycomb. So this is what it looks like. And I want to do the same goal I have for other eyeshadow palettes in this project, which is 3 uses. And I think that'll be so easy in the winter, like a beautiful color story for this time of year. So I am very excited to get a little more use out of that, but let's just hop back to my outro. So that is all that I want to talk about in this update. There are some prompts that I didn't talk about because I haven't been working on them. And yeah, so if you enjoyed, give this video a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed already, I hope you do so before you leave. I will see you all in my next one. Bye.